Why do so many black men kill other black men? Homicide is the leading cause of death for African American men between the age of 15 and 44. Why? Why is that the case? Why do we have such vitriol, such hatred and anger toward one another? Why is it so easy for us to pull out a gun and kill another young black man? Why do we look at other black men who look just like us, and yet we have no problem taking their life? Why is their life so devalued in our hearts? I thought we said that black lives matter. Well, if black lives matter, why do we kill each other so often? Again, homicide is the leading cause of death for black men between 15 and 44. And that is not true for any other group of men in America. That's not true for white men. That's not true for Asian men. That's not true for Latinos. That's not true for Native Americans. That's not true for anyone except African American men. Why do we have a problem killing each other? Why is it so easy for a black man to kill another black man? Well, I know why. Because there's a lot of self-hatred. We have been taught that the life of a black man means nothing. When they started the phrase Black Lives Matter, that wasn't just targeted to white men. In other words, that wasn't just saying white men, the lives of black men matter. That was also targeted to other black men to say to those black men, your brother's life matter. We are our brother's keeper. We got to restore the love of the black man first in the heart of other black men. We must do this. I am an attorney. I represent young black men who shoot and kill other young black men. And I'm getting so tired of it. I'm getting so heartbroken from seeing it. And it's oftentimes, again, these young men, these young kids who got all these guns. These skinny little kids with guns. And the guns gives them courage. The guns give them heart. We've got to fix this problem. We've got to fix this. Too much self-hatred. One thing I really hate, and I think that self-hatred comes out a whole lot in the word nigga. N-I-G-G-A, nigga. Nigga this, nigga that, nigga this, nigga that. Let me tell you something. No matter how anyone tries to justify that term, that is a derogatory term. That term devalues the life of African American men. When you use that term on each other, yo, what's up, my nigga this, you are devaluing. You are putting that man's life in jeopardy when you use the word nigga toward another black man. Let's get rid of that word. Let's retire that word. That word is being used against us. No other ethnic group in the world has embraced the slur that their oppressor, colonizer, and enslaver gave them, except for the black man. We must stop this self-hatred of black men. Again, I'm an attorney. I represent these young men. And let me tell you, whenever a young black man comes in my office accused of shooting another young black man, I know that is at least two young black men whose lives will never be the same. The one that's accused and the victim. I know that automatically. I know that there are two families at least that will never be the same. And oftentimes when we get to the bottom of why the shooting occurred in the first place, it's often over nothing. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm weary of seeing it. We must change this. We must teach these young men to love themselves and love other young black men. And we got to get rid of so many guns in our neighborhoods. Now, I'm a huge defender of the Second Amendment, but these guns in the hands of these young men who aren't mature, who haven't developed mentally, emotionally, intellectually, psychologically, to the point where they can handle these guns. They don't need these guns. That's a bad mixture. Self-hatred and guns galore. That's the reason why there is so much black on black homicide in our community. And then if you throw on top of that poverty, broken schools, broken families, if you mix all that together, it's the reason why we have so many funerals of young black men whose lives are being taken away from them prematurely. We also need a spiritual awakening. I am a minister, and I know that the spirit world controls the natural world. And so much of what we see with this violence is spiritual in nature. It's satanic and demonic in nature. And it just spills over or expresses and manifests itself in the physical world. So we got a lot of work to do to stop our young men from self-destructing and shooting and killing one another. We must restore love. We must give these young men hope. We must deal with their despondency, their despair. Many of them didn't grow up with their fathers. Many of them are angry because of that. We can step in and mentor these young men. We got to do it. And I point a great big finger at black clergy. You can do more to help these young men. You can do more to reach these young men. I'm disappointed in my clergy brethren. We have the calling, the duty, and the responsibility, the mandate to help these young men. Yet we're doing nothing to help them. Get out of your pulpits, your limousines and Mercedes-Benz, and get in the hood where these young men are and start really proving that the gospel is really good news, that God's kingdom is really the answer. If you do that, if we do that, I'll stop seeing so many of these young men in my office.